Hello and welcome. My name is Patricia. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States and more specifically in Alaska. And today we are doing the third part in a at least 6-part series. We will probably do more with the stamp set that we are doing today. By the way, the stamp set is Daisy Garden. You know, when you look at some of these stamp sets, it's kind of like, okay, I can stamp it once and maybe color it and I'm done. Au contraire. So these are some of the samples that we are going to work on, but this is from the annual catalog, the May 2021 to April 2022. So if it is beyond that date, then know that it may or may not still be available. This is the stamp set, again, Daisy Garden. It's on page 106 in the current catalog. If you do not have a catalog and would like one, please get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to get you one. But this is the current catalog, and these are the cards. This one was the first one we made. It is both a thank you and a happy birthday, so it can be whatever floats your boat. This was the second one we made, also thanks and happy birthday. So we've done that. Today, we are going to do this one. We will do the rest of these at a future date, and not quite sure when that'll be. I'll probably record them tomorrow, but then they will be posted at some time after that. All right, so this is the card that we are going to make today. It's slightly different. We are going to use our paper trimmer and cut our paper. And I had been on the rest of the series just simply showing you the half sheet of paper. But this one you do want to cut the long way, or put the short end at the top and then cut. So it's 8.5 inches wide, so you want to cut at 4 1/4. Okay, so that's going to give you 2 card bases. You can, you know, then either make 2 of these cards or whatever works for you. And then we are going to fold it. Now, I could use my paper trimmer that you just saw and score it. It does have a scoring blade on there. And then fold with my bone folder and burnish it. However, I have gotten in the habit of doing it with my bone folder. I find that I get more accurate half folds, so that's just what I do. Okay, the rest of the pieces that we need for this particular card, we need a what's it called? Basic white? Yeah, basic white. Now that it's not whisper white anymore, I do tend to get confused on it. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this on the inside of my card. So just put some of your adhesive of choice in there and attach that. Now that's my inside piece to write my message on. And then with the front of the card, I need to cut this again. So what I'm going to do is put it in my paper trimmer, and I want to cut off, I'm going to turn it the other way, 1 1/2 inches. So I'm going to get it to 1 1/2 on the paper trimmer and cut. Okay, that's on the front of the card. I'm going to put that aside, and then I'm going to cut off 2 1/2 inches. So again, line it up. Be sure it's lined up along there, and cut. Okay, it's going to leave me a little bit here at the top. That's what I need. And then the rest of my pieces, this one is PEAR PIZZAZZ at 3 by 4 3/4. Then Evening Evergreen at 2 3/8 by 4 1/8. And you'll notice that when I layer this on here, I've got about 1/4 inch. Oops. All the way around. Okay, then my next layer is polished pink, which is 2.5 by 4.25. Oops, I told you that wrong. Those go layered this way. There we go. And then the top one that is going to have my daisies on it is 2.25 by 4. And so all 4 of these pieces will line up. Now, just like this. But these top 3 are going to have about 1/8 of an inch. It's not a whole lot. This one, the PEAR PIZZAZZ, is the one that's got 1/4 of an inch all the way around. I love layering like this. Gives you lots of power for those colors. However, these 2 pieces, my polished pink and my evening evergreen, are, because all I'm going to have is this little bitty edge right here, okay? So when I have that, I like to sometimes take a punch and punch the center out of that. Nobody's ever going to know that anything is missing on that. Whoops, I want to be sure I've got the right one. Let me make sure on my measurements. Where's my ruler? I got these 2 mixed up, didn't I? All right, this one is 2.5. Oh, not that one. And this, you know what? They might just be the same. Oh, look, they're the same size. I wondered why they look so similar. So you could actually take the middle out of this to use as your layering piece. Just FYI. All right, but again, I'm going to punch out of the middle of this, and I'll use that for something. I don't know what I'll use those for, but there's no sense in wasting that paper. All right, so when I layer them, it's going to be the PEAR PIZZAZZ, the polished pink, the evening evergreen, and then my white. Okay. Make sure that they are the correct measurements before you start gluing things together. And now nobody can tell that these parts are punched out of the middle of that. And if you wanted, I suppose you could even put you a dimensional in there since there's 2 layers, but you don't necessarily have to. All right, so first let's go ahead and let's stamp our polished pink on the basic white, and let's stamp our greeting. And I think I'm going to do thank you because I had already punched, or why do I keep trying to say the wrong word? I had already printed that. I do want to get the flat edge against the top there, so that, except it's a teeniest bit. Haha, and I just straightened it out. It was the teeniest bit crooked when I stamped it. Okay, there we go. And it might look kind of cool to have that, but we're not gonna. All right. Whoa. I'll make sure I have my edge. All right, there we go. You know what? I need just a smidgen bit. You know what a smidgen bit is, right? Off of the bottom of that. There we go. And we'll get rid of some pieces. We've got our sentiment, and now we need to stamp this one. So again, to do that, now I will tell you this, I have been showing you with the Stamparatus. I don't have it right here, but I could take my big block and put the stamp on there. Maybe on one of the other next videos I will show you that. But because this stamp is so large, I really like using my Stamparatus. And again, remember, we took out the cushion part because we have a red rubber stamp. And I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to line it up about, I think I want it to go a little bit higher. About right there. Okay, and because I'm putting it directly on my stamp, I want to make it a little bit straighter. Then I'm going to roll my base over, and I believe my magnet's in the way. There we go. Oops, the other magnet that was in the way. Okay, and then when I roll it over, it will leave my piece that I want to print on right here. And it's about where I wanted. So I'm going to roll this over. I do not have any paper showing, so I don't have anywhere to put my magnets. So I'm just going to watch, make sure I keep it straight, and then I am going to ink up my, I want to make sure it's good and inked up because I'm really probably not going to have a second chance, and then give it a good press. Now, I said I'm not going to have a second chance. You all know what my second chance would be, right? Anybody? It's the other side of the card. Ha! But it's perfect. Okay, there we go. And I will set this aside. All right, now I'm also going to close this. All right, so here is my piece, my layers here, and the top piece, and my sentiment. I almost want to find some place to use these. I mean, we already know they're the perfect colors, but we won't. Oh, I wonder if I could. Oh, look at that. I think I will. Okay, so we are going to layer these, and I think what I want to do first is just start at the top. Normally, I don't know why, I start at the bottom, but I'm going to go ahead and start at the top here, and because I don't want my glue in the middle, at least not quite yet, I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on here. Okay, so put it around that. And believe me, I'm not going to get close to that edge, so I'm just putting that in there, and then I'm going to line it up the best I can. There we go. Now I do see a little bit of a spot here where I did not stamp just perfectly. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to put my sentiment there. You know, there's a lot of mistakes, if you want to call them that, mistakes, that we can make as crafters. And part of the fun of it is figuring out how to cover up those mistakes so that nobody knows like they're really going to care. All they care about is that we made them a card, right? Okay. So, whoops. The good thing about the glue is that it will move for a second if you get it in the wrong place. However, it also will move, which might mean, now where'd my scissors go? I know I have some of these cut, but I don't think I have all of them. I'm going to put my dimensionals on here. I may have to grab my scissors if I don't end up with enough. Between my pink and my polished pink and my, yeah, maybe I can tear this. What do you think of that? Yeah, it tears just fine. There we go. Put one down here, one over here, and a last one right here. And I think I will put, I said the last one, but I'm going to put one more right here in the middle because, again, don't really want it to sag. Okay, and then take off all my backings. Now that I said I want to put that pink behind it, I'm not sure if I do because I don't want to cover up too much of my flowers, but we will see. Okay, so I'm going to put this, oh, I need to move that just a smidgen. There we go. Okay, now do I like that? You know what? I think I do. Of course, I want it to be lined up correctly, but I do kind of like that. So see, we sometimes just have to change things in the middle, right? All right, let's be sure that that is lined up. It's easier to see on the background, on the back of it, I mean, because I can, whoa, it does move for a minute there. There we go. Nice. And I think I'll just lay it flat. I'm not going to use dimensionals. There we go. And right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, now what I need is, where's my little piece? This one. Okay, so what you want to do is set it on here about like that and move it around a little bit till you get it where you want it. Then we're going to glue the top piece. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue on here. I'm going to line it up again. Make sure it's where I want it. Okay, whoa. Got a fair bit of glue on there, didn't I? Okay, make sure it didn't come through here because I don't want my front sticking to my base. And then I want to line this up. It's almost easier sometimes to line up like that. Now, once it's glued and has actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to use this. It's moving just a smidge too much. I am going to keep this lined up on the bottom, and I'm going to put my Stampin' Seal right there. Make sure I've got it well lined up, because a lot of times, there we go. Alright, it's a little crooked, but you know what? It just shows that it was handmade, right? I let that glue move, and I don't want it. It's still able to move. Okay. There we go. Oh, nope, still got, I'm going to tear that up just a little bit. That's driving me nuts. Alright. Much better. And of course, when I do it with nobody watching me, do it correct the first time. There we go. Perfect. I like it. Now, I always suggest that you stamp on your envelope, and I really like something on the inside. Now, I have not done that with any of the cards in this set, but what I might do is add an extra video at the end of, or somewhere in the middle, maybe that'll even be the next one, of how to decorate your envelopes and the inside of your card. Okay, so there we go. I hope you enjoyed that, learned something new. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked this video. You can, of course, share the video. I would love that. It helps spread my YouTube channel. Also, if you have not already done so, what's the red button called? Anyway, click the red button and the bell that is beside that, and then anytime I publish a video, it will let you know that I have published a video. It being YouTube will let you know that I have published a video, and you'll be able to go out and watch it. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.